Hello everyone, let's just start very important topic from the unit of cam and follower, that is jump phenomena of an eccentric cam or analysis of rigid eccentric cam. Now we know that in cam and follower arrangement, the follower should contact with the cam surface during working conditions. For this purpose, the follower kept pressurized against the cam surface using a retaining spring. So here in experimental setup, you can see in this retaining spring. Using that, this follower kept pressurized against the cam surface. But what happened, beyond a particular speed of cam, the follower loses the contact with the cam surface due to the inertia force, and this is called as cam jump or cam bounce. So here we have the graph of cam response and follower response. So what happened, beyond particular speed of the cam rotation, this follower loses the contact with the surface of cam. So the response of follower is going to change here. So this section is represent the jump phenomena. During this cam jump, the follower and cam surface are separated from each other, and this create an excessive unbalanced force during the period of retardation of follower. When follower again comes in contact with the cam surface, there may be a several impact on the cam surface. So this create or this causes the damage of cam surface, then vibration is created, noise will be created. So the cam jump phenomena is negative phenomena. Now this effect of cam jump can be avoided increasing stiffness of this retaining spring. This is the first condition, and the second one, maintaining the speed of rotation of the cam within a limit. So that here in analysis of rigid eccentric cam, we are going to calculate that limiting speed of cam. Up to that, the cam jump can be avoided. So see this figure carefully. Here we have eccentric cam. This E represent the eccentric distance. Here is the center of cam. This O is the center of cam, and at C there is a shaft where cam will be rotated. Now flat face follower is used. Here is the retaining spring. Now let us consider cam rotated with an angular speed omega. So with this center point, this when cam started rotated, this point will be reaches up to, let us say, point P, and at that time we have the rotation angle theta. Okay, so when cam rotated with this rotation angle theta, the follower has lift with this much distance, that is, let us say, y. Now as we can see, this distance O to C, that is equal to eccentric distance, and this CR can be calculated using of this way, that this PC is what, when CO will be rotated with an angle theta, it become PC. So again that PC distance equal to E. So in this triangle CPR, the CR is equal to E cos of theta. Okay, so in this way we can able to calculate y. Y is equal to this CO minus of CR, means E minus of E cos of theta. So let's just write that equation, y is equal to E minus of E cos of theta, and let us say this is equation 1. So let us take this consideration. E is the eccentricity distance between the center of disc and the shaft. We already know about this. Y is the lift of follower, m is the mass of follower, s is the stiffness of retaining spring, omega is the angular velocity of cam rotation, p is the preload including the weight of follower or force on cam at y is equal to 0. So whatever the preload weight, that is nothing but the P. Then F is the contact force between the cam and follower, and Fs is the spring force. See this diagram, see carefully. Here we have a follower, and let us say it is in contact with the cam surface. Now when follower is in contact with the cam surface, there is a contact force. cam exert the force on follower so that the motion of the cam is transferred to the follower. So we have the contact force in upward direction. Then spring force, we are going to use the spring to pressurize this follower against the cam surface. So spring force is in downward direction. And then we know the inertia force when speed of cam is excess beyond the particular speed limit, then this followers loses the contact with surface of cam. That is the jump phenomena, and that follower loses the contact to the cam surface is due to inertia force. So here we have the inertia force, which is again in upward direction, that is ma. Again, let's just come with this equation y, displacement of follower. Let's take common e, 1 minus of cos of theta. Calculate velocity. Velocity is equal to dy by dt. So it is d by dt into bracket e 1 minus of cos theta. So derivative of this e 0 minus cos theta is minus sin theta, bracket close, and for theta is d theta by dt, because theta is the cam rotation angle at an instant. So now it become e, this d theta by dt is nothing but omega into sine of theta. So this is the velocity of follower. Now acceleration. So acceleration is again dv by dt. So it is d by dt. V is e omega sine theta. So it is e omega sine theta, derivative is cos theta into d theta by dt. Again, acceleration is equal to e omega square, because this d theta by dt is omega, so e omega square into cos theta. Okay, so now according to D'Alembert's principle, we know that inertia force is equal to external forces. So here we have the diagram. Inertia force is equal to external forces. Now we have the contact force and spring force. This contact force is in upward direction, so we are going to take this positive, and spring force going to downward direction, so we are going to take as negative. So let's just write down inertia force ma is equal to, first is the F contact force minus of Fs spring force. So let's just rearrange this. F is equal to ma plus Fs. Now let's just put the value of acceleration. So m into a is what? E omega square into cos of theta, plus Fs is spring force, so it is P plus Sy, that is preload force, and S is the stiffness, plus Y is the displacement. So m e omega square cos theta plus P plus S. Let's put the value of Y. So it is E 1 minus cos of theta. So it is m e omega square cos of theta plus P. Now let's just multiply this SE inside the bracket. So we get SE minus of SE cos of theta. Now we have these two terms. In that term we can take E cos theta common. So what we get? P plus SE, let's take first, plus m omega square minus of 1 outside the bracket E cos of theta. Sorry, minus of S is here. M omega square when we take E cos of theta common, and here is minus S outside the bracket E cos of theta. This is the equation for contact force. So see this equation of contact force carefully. From this equation, let us say this is equation number 2. From this equation we can say that contact force is maximum when this theta becomes 0 because cos theta is 1, that is cos 0 is 1, and this contact force will minimum when this theta is equal to 180 degree, because cos 180 degree is minus 1, so this term become minus. So from this value this term get minus, so a contact force will be reduces, and when cos 0 is equal to 1, then contact force will be increases. Now we can say that when this contact force is less than 0 or negative, this F is less than 0 or negative, then there is a cam jump, or then the jump will be occurs. And this condition happens when speed will be increases beyond a particular speed limit. So we can say that omega j is the limiting speed when theta is equal to 180 degree. Now let's just put this value in above equation. So the contact force will be 0, P plus SE remains as it is, plus M. Now omega j is there, omega j square, because contact force is 0 and cam jump will be occurs after that, minus of S, and here cos of 180 is minus 1, so minus of E is there in multiplication. So let's just rearrange this or simplify the equation. 0 P plus SE. Now let's just multiply minus E to this term, M E omega j square minus 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 plus SE. Now this become P plus 2 SE, here is the SE, here is the SE, minus M E omega j square. 0 is equal to, so let's just take this omega j M E omega j square on another side, so we get P plus 2 SE. So omega j square is equal to plus 2 SE divided by ME, and what is omega j? It is equal to root of P plus 2 SE divided by ME. This is the equation for limiting speed of cam to avoid the jump. Now when speed of cam omega is less than this omega j, then and then only we can able to avoid the jump or cam jump phenomena. So we can say that omega less than root of P plus 2 SE divided by ME. So in this way we can able to calculate the limiting speed of any cam and follower to avoid the jump phenomena. I hope you get the concept. Thank you for watching video.